How is it going? Is everybody okay? Are we doing good? Has anybody totally lost it yet? Okay, so guys, we are gonna make something super, super cute tonight. You know, we all need a little bit of a distraction right now. So let's have some fun tonight, okay? Let's just relax. Let's have some fun. Let's you know, take some time off from reality. Hey, Kimberly. You know, let's take a break from reality and let's do some crafting, okay? Because crafting always makes me feel better. I mean, I don't know about you guys, whatever your craft may be, to me, it makes me feel better. The whole outside world just kind of goes away whenever I craft. So, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so you gonna try this again? Guys, I'm gonna share my live a couple of times, so just bear with me for a few minutes. And while I do this, let's see. I'm going to share this to a couple of places, and then we will get started. I'll do the rest of them after we are done. Okay. Okay, so guys, we're going to make an Easter wreath tonight. So let me show you this awesome, beautiful border stripe mesh. I'm a huge, huge fan of border stripe mesh, okay? Look at this. Look how pretty this is, guys. It's like a bright green, and it has the blue, and I want to say that's kind of a yellow, but I'm not sure if it's yellow, and a pink. I mean, this is so, so cute. So cute. I love this mesh. When I saw this mesh, I fell in love with it. So we're going to use this mesh. We're going to do the woodland ruffle. Okay? Now, I know you guys have seen this ribbon. A lot of people are using it. So we're going to do, we're going to use this on the top ties with this. We're going to make some little cheater bows, okay, on the top ties. So we're going to use these two together on the top. And then on the bottom, we're going to use the same 2.5 inch ribbon. We're going to make cheater bows on the bottom. And then every other tie, we're going to put the pink and the blue, okay? So all of these ribbons go really, really well together. Now, the reason that we are using the gingham check, okay, is because we have a little bunny that has the gingham check. So this came from Hobby Lobby last year. I picked it up at the end of season. And then we're going to use this sign that came from Walmart last year at the end of season. So yeah, that's why we're using the gingham check. So this is all going to look really, really good up against that bright green deco mesh, okay? So that's why I chose to use the green, because all of this stuff is going to just pop right off of that green, okay? All right, we have some eggs. We have this little bunny pick. I'm not sure if we're going to use it. We have that. We have some eggs that I've probably been holding on for 2 years now. I don't even remember when I bought those. That's how old they are. But yeah, this is what we're going to do tonight, guys. So this wreath is going to be super, super cute. So sit back, relax. We're going to have some crafting fun. We're going to just kind of, you know, get away from reality for the next hour or so. And, you know, just chit-chat about anything else. Sarah, how are you doing, sweetie? Hey, Jean from Buffalo. Hey, Carol. Hey, Carla. Hey, Kim from the UK. Hey, Pramila from India. So, yeah, guys, if you would not mind sharing me out into the universe, I would truly appreciate it. Okay, let me get all of this wire out of the way because I have everything already wired up. I'm going to knock it all off the table. Hey, Marsha from Maryland. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and pan down. And I'm going to show you this wreath form that we're going to use that I picked up from the Home Depot after Christmas. Okay, it looks just like a regular wreath form with a whole bunch of extra ties on it. So I picked it up for $5. So here we go. Let me show you guys. So this is what I picked up at Home Depot after Christmas. They had these for $5. It reminds me a lot of an evergreen base. So if you ever used an evergreen base, you know that they always have a bunch of extra ties, right? So this is what this reminds me of. So we are, hey Nancy, hey Linda from Louisiana, hey Brenda, hey Blanca, hey Marcia. So this is what we're going to use as our wreath form tonight, guys. So it does have 2 separate layers, okay? There's just a lot of extra ties on it. So I've used this wreath form in my private group a couple of times, and the wreaths come out awesome, okay? So that's all I'm going to say about that. They just come out awesome. So let's get started, guys. I am in love with this green border stripe mesh. It is so, so pretty. And you're going to see how pretty it is once we get started. So just like always, guys, I cut my mesh at 30 inches. We're going to roll up each side about 4, 5, 6 times, you know. Well, they weren't actually forms. They were just listed as tinsel wreaths. But, hey, Carlette, but they look just like a regular wreath form. I mean, when you look at it, it looks just like a regular wreath form. So we're going to go ahead, guys, and we're going to put 10 around the bottom, just like you would on a regular wreath form, and then we're going to put 8 on the top, just like you would on a regular wreath form. We're just going to have a whole bunch of extra ties sitting around, just like you would on an evergreen base. Okay? So you'll see that, so I just happened to be at Home Depot, you know, the week after Christmas. I was getting the wood for the new shelf that I built, and I saw these, right? And I'm looking at them. My husband's like, "What are you looking at?" I said, "I'm looking at these wreaths over here." And he goes, "What are you looking at?" And I was like, "Well, they look like a regular wreath form." And he goes, "Yeah, they kind of do." And so I picked a couple of them up when I went. I picked up like maybe five of them, and I used them a couple of times in my private group, and I'm like, man, these things work good. So I went back about 2 or 3 days later, and I bought like 15 more. They only had white, gold, and silver. So I bought, yeah, I did, Nancy. I got them from the Home Depot in Victoria, but it was right after Christmas, so I'm not sure if they even have any more, because I bought a lot of them. I bought all the white. I mean, there was no white left, and I bought 5 gold and 5 silver that I'm just gonna, you know, put up for next year. Actually, I'm probably gonna use one of the gold for one of my Mardi Gras wreaths, so I might use it for that. So we're still going to put 10 around the outside like we would, you know, with a regular wreath form. So you just got to kind of be self-aware of how many you're putting on. So, you know, just try to keep up with how many you're putting on. And, I mean, you don't have to put 10, but, you know, if you're at home and you're, you know, using these for the first time, if you happen to come across them, you know, if you don't end up putting 10, then don't worry about it. But I've already cut the ribbon for 10 and 8, so we're going to do 10 and 8, just like we would. So how is everyone doing? So I just got off a live in my private group, and there's five or six of us now in the group that have contracted the virus. So yeah, so things are getting really, really real. So, and I was telling the ladies in my private group that that I got on the waiting list today, put myself and my husband on the waiting list for the vaccine because we're essential workers, and we're supposed to be in the next group of people that they let get vaccinated. So since I've already had the virus, my husband was like, you might as well go ahead and get the vaccine and get it over with, because eventually they're gonna tell us at work that we have to have it anyway. So he's like, you might as well just, go ahead and get it over with. So we're pretty far down on the list, so it's probably going to be a while before they get to us, but we're on the list anyway. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? I'm trying to keep up and yak at the same time. Sarah, how are you doing? I saw your post a while ago. Are you feeling okay? I don't know how many of y'all have already had it or, been through it, but it's not anything to sneeze at. That's for sure. Some people get it a lot worse than others. One of the guys that works with my husband, he got it just a few days before I did, and he was out of work for a little over a month. I mean, it took him down hard. He was in and out of the hospital a couple of times. So, it affects everyone differently. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. All right, I'm trying to keep up. All right, so this is 8. Oh, you don't have any symptoms yet? Hey, Arla. Oh, David tested positive today. Okay. Well, prayers for you and your family. Hopefully, maybe you'll end up being one of those people who are just, don't have any symptoms. Because there's been a lot of people that I work with that have been asymptomatic. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy because, they literally don't have any symptoms at all. Nothing. Not even, they didn't even lose their taste and their smell, which is really odd. Okay, this is a pretty big space right here. So I'm going to take a couple of these that we started with, and I'm just going to move them over just a little bit, okay? Because that's a pretty big space right there. So I might have put them together just a little bit too much. So I'm going to spread these out just a little bit, okay? And then all of these extra ties that are underneath, I kind of push them up a little bit to where they are holding up the curls a little bit better. So I kind of just take them and I put them underneath, and it helps prop those curls up a little bit. But like I said, guys, these forms, they're not even really wreath forms. They're just they look like a wreath form, so that's what I use them as. They're not really a true wreath form, but it's the next best thing anyway. They were only $5. I just couldn't pass that up. I was like, that looks like a freaking wreath form. I'm going to try it. All right, let's put this last one in over here, and then we'll jump up to the top. Okay. And look how good that mesh looks up against that white background too. It really helps that green stand out even more. Hey, Beverly from Kentucky. How are y'all doing tonight? How is everyone doing tonight? I'm having an awesome, awesome day. I was very productive. I was on the road for a little while in the morning, and then I came home and I started doing some stuff in my shed. I've been in here all afternoon, actually. All right. So we got the ones around the outside done. So let's start with the ones on where the normal top ring would be. Okay. All right. David is achy like the flu. Okay. Yeah, I was a little achy, and I was extremely tired for like 4 or 5 days. I mean, I had like less than zero energy. You know, just taking a shower and washing my hair and having my arms up above my head wore me out. It was the weirdest thing. I mean, it was weird. It was a weird feeling not having any energy like that. But the weather was nice when I had it. So I was outside a lot, actually. With my husband, because you know he had to quarantine for a week when I tested positive, so he had to stay home for a week, and you know he was outside working on the yard, so I would go outside and I would just sit with him, and so I tried not to stay inside too much and sleep, or you know, even though I was really, really tired. I tried not to do that because I had read that, you know, that's really bad for you when you come down with the virus, for you to stay in bed all day long. So my husband pushed me to go outside with him, and I did. And I think that helped me a lot. But, you know, like I said, it's different for everyone. So, you know, some people, you know, get through it really, really good, like I did, and then, you know, other people, it just totally decimates them, which is the scary part, because you just don't know. You don't know from one person to the next how it's going to affect them. Oh my God, you guys, I was reading an article. No. I was watching TV last night, and my husband had the news on when I came home last night from work, and they were doing an article about the EMT drivers, the people who drive the ambulances, that you know, they're pulling up to hospitals and having to wait there for sometimes 2 days with a patient that they brought to the emergency room because there's no room for anyone in ICU anymore. And that's how freaking overwhelmed the hospital systems have gotten. I think this was in California where they were talking about, and they interviewed this one driver who said that he was there for 3 days with the same person in his ambulance, and they couldn't get him in. Gay, this thing is an oversized clothespin. One of the ladies in my private group gave it to me, and she got them at Dollar General, but I haven't been able to find them at my Dollar General, so I ordered them off of Amazon. So they're huge. They're like 6 inches. They're 6 inches long. Hey, Sandra. Yeah, last Sunday, I believe, was the first time I had been on in almost a month. I got sick with COVID, and then after that was Christmas, and then after that I had to go back to work, and I worked almost 10 days in a row when I finally went back to work. So I worked 9 out of 10 days in a row. So I'm trying to get back into the routine of coming on a regular basis, and I was going to come on last night, but my husband and I got to talking inside the house, and the next thing I knew, it was like 9:30. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to go live at 9:30. I'll be falling asleep. Y'all be falling asleep on me. So, yeah, I was going to make this wreath last night. And like I said, my husband and I got talking after we ate and watched TV, and it was too late. All right, so let's get these last few on here, guys, and we'll start working with our ribbon tails. I love this border stripe mesh, guys. I knew when I saw it, I just had to have it. It came from Craft Outlet, if any of y'all are wondering. That's where the mesh came from. I'm not sure if anybody else is carrying it right now. I know the wreath shop doesn't have it. I was on their website. I ordered some stuff off of their website the day before yesterday, and I didn't see it on there. I could have missed it. Maybe she does have it, but I didn't see it. All right. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I'm going to put this one on, and I'm going to kind of move those over a little bit so I can get this last one on here. This is number 7. I'm going to move these over just a tad. That way I can get that last ruffle on here. So that's what's amazing about using this repurposed Christmas tinsel wreath that I found at Home Depot. You can just move stuff around. You got ties everywhere. Alright. I'm just kind of squeezing these in together a little bit so I can get that last ruffle in here. That way we have the same amount as you would on a regular wreath form. 8 on the top, 10 on the bottom. Hey, Georgie. The mesh is cut at 30 inches. Yes, ma'am, 30 inches. That's usually my go-to length for the woodland ruffle. 30 inches. All right. Let's get this last ruffle on here, and then we can start playing with some ribbon. All right. So if you have any extra ties, just take them and kind of put them up underneath your curls, and it helps hold your curls up a little bit higher. Look how pretty that is. I love this green. This green is just, it's called fresh green, and it's beautiful. I love it. I love border stripe. I'm a huge fan of border stripe. All right, so let's start working on our ribbon. Okay, we're going to save these for the top. So for the bottom, we're going to make little cheater bows with this one. This is cut at 22, okay? And then that's every other tie. And then on the opposite ties, we're going to put these two together, okay? All right, so let's do that. And this ribbon matches our border stripe ribbon perfectly. I mean, look at that. That's so pretty. Okay. So for these guys, we're just going to fold them in half, and about 4.5 inches, somewhere around there, we'll scrunch it up and then twist it around, okay? And then you'll just take it and you'll put it in that same tie that you put your mesh in, okay? We'll just open that up, spread that out, Look how pretty that is. That is so pretty. Okay, so that's going to be every other tie. And then opposite of that, we're going to put the pink and the blue. Okay. We'll scrunch that up. Find our tie. Stick it in there. So you can crisscross this. You can make an X. Or you can put one color on the bottom and one color on the top. However you want to do it. Right. Hey, Carla from Virginia. How are you doing tonight? For those of y'all who might be new to my page, my name is Trish. I am the owner and designer of Wreath Designs by Trish. And if you are new to my page, welcome. And if you don't mind spreading the love out into the universe for me, I would really appreciate it. So guys, I have supplies coming in as we speak for 3 different wreath kits that I'm going to have listed probably by the end of the week, next week. I'm going to try to get all 3 listed by the end of the week next week. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go live making the kit, and I figured out that software that you use for the automatic picker, and at the end of the live, after I'm done making the kit, we are going to randomly pick someone who's commented on the live, and they will win a free kit. So I'm going to start doing that with all of my kits. Every time I make the kit on a live, I'm going to give one away. So it's just, I'm going to try it. I'm going to see how it works. We'll see what happens with that. But it took me a while to figure out how to use that that automatic picker software or app or whatever you call it. I couldn't figure it out. I actually had to get my husband to help me figure out how to use it. And even it took him a little bit too. He was like, I don't know how this stuff works. Hey, Roxy from New York. Debbie, so this one is 23. The one that we're making the cheater bow with, these are 23. No, they're 22. Sorry, they're 22. And these are 13. These are cut at 13 inches. Yes, ma'am. The length of the mesh is 30 inches. And the ribbon tails, the longer one is 22. And the shorter ones are 13. Okay, the ones that we're making the little cheater bows with, these are 22. And then the regular ribbon tails are cut at 13. And my mesh is cut at 30 inches. So hopefully I'll have all of my supplies for the kit by the end of next week. And I can list all 3 of them at the same time. So I just ordered the signs for 2 of them today. So those will probably be the last things that I get in are the signs. So I'll have to wait for those to get pictures and stuff. So all right, let's get these last few around the bottom, and then we will do the ones on top. Hey, Daryl. How you doing, sweetie? All right. I'm pulling ribbon tails everywhere. All right, we got the last one right here. So we're going to do the ones on the top a little bit different. We're going to have one of the cheater bows in every tie on the top, and then we'll have the striped ribbon underneath it. Okay. All right. So those are the ones on the bottom. So that's how that looks on the bottom. Okay. And then the ones on the top, again, the shorter ones are cut at 13. And then the gingham is cut at 22, okay? So we're going to put this on first, okay? So just open your tie, stick it in there, and then we're going to come back and we're going to put a cheater bow on top of it, okay? We're going to do the same exact thing that we did on the bottom. Okay, we're going to fold it in half in about 4.5, 5 inches. We're going to make a little loop, flip that tail around, and then we'll stick this in the tie and on top of that other one. I'm going to have to get a cough drop. Sorry guys, my cough drop wore off. Let me get a cough drop right quick. I still have actually guys, the whole time I had the virus, I never had a cough. I did not get a cough until after I was finished with the virus, which is the weirdest thing. I mean, it was just, a cough came out of nowhere. Let me find my cough drop. It's more like a little itchy, scratchy throat thing. And when I talk a lot is when I start coughing a lot. Alright, so this is what we're going to do with the ties on the top. Okay, we're going to put a little cheater bow on top of the striped ribbon. Okay, so that's what we're going to do with the ones on the top. Okay, so we're going to scrunch it up. Place it in the tie. Make a little cheater bow and stick that inside the tie. So you can twist it around or not twist it around because this ribbon is the same on both sides. So it doesn't really matter on this ribbon if you twist it or not. So if you don't want to twist it, it's still going to look the same. The only reason that I had to twist the ones on the bottom is because, of course, you have a back side on that colored ribbon. On that striped ribbon, should I say. The striped ribbon. Okay. Vanita, the shorter ones are 13. The ones that I made the cheater bows with, those are cut at 22. Okay, on the top and the bottom. So anything that is a cheater bow, it's going to be 22 inches, and then my regular tails are going to be 13. Just the regular old ribbon tails are going to be cut at 13. Alright. So we have a little bunny over here that has gingham, and we have a sign that has gingham, so that's why we're using the gingham check. And I'll show you guys. We're about to put the bunny and the sign on here in a few minutes. Y'all be able to see them. They match this gingham perfectly. Just a little extra to go with our design. Okay. You're very, very welcome. Hey, Regina. How are you doing, sweetie? Yes, Nita, the cheater bow is 22 inches. Make sure that's the tie, yeah. So it's almost double what a regular ribbon toe is measured at, which is why I only do every other tie, because that's a lot of ribbon. Okay, let's get these last few on here, and then we can start working on our attachments. So how many of y'all are going to try to take vacation this year? Is anybody going to try to go on vacation this year? My husband and I are supposed to be going on vacation at the beginning of May for our anniversary, but they still haven't opened up the flights to Costa Rica, so we don't know if we're going to have to postpone it yet again till later on this year. But in late November, we're going to go to Colorado, and we're going to spend a week in Colorado. So that's on the books already. I've never been to Colorado. I told him I wanted to go visit the snow. I don't want to live in it. I just want to visit it. So that's what we're going to do in late November. So hopefully we'll be able to leave the country in May. Because Lord knows that we both need a vacation. Whew. I think we all need a vacation. I think we should just shut everything down and everybody go on vacation. It's been, reality sucks, you guys. I don't know about y'all, but reality sucks. Adulting sucks. I'm ready to go back to when I was a teenager, and you know, my mom and dad paid for everything, and all I had to do was get up and go to school. Why can't we go back to those days? Nobody knew how good they had it when they were still living at home. All right, so there's where we are right now. Look how pretty that is. That is so cute. That is so cute. Okay, so this is the reason why we have the gingham check in our design. We have a little bunny, and then we have a little sign to go with it. Okay, so we're going to put these on. Yeah, I just want to visit the snow. I don't want to live in it. I just want to visit it. All right, so we got these two things that we're going to put on. All right, we also have some eggs that I pulled out. I think I bought these a couple of years ago and I never used them. So we have these also. But let's get our sign and our bunny on first, guys. Okay, so this sign came from Walmart last year. When everything started opening back up, and they had all of their Easter stuff on sale. How many did you cut? The 13. Okay, so Mary, on the bottom, it's every other tie, right? So we have 5 sets on the bottom. So that would be 10 for the bottom. And then on the top, we have 1, in every tie. So that would be 8. So we cut 10 for the bottom and we cut 8 for the top. So you would still need 18, okay? Right, Vania? Nobody told us that. Hey, Charlotte. Oh, Marcia. Well, we don't get snow very often down here in South Texas. I mean, we've only had snow maybe, I don't know, in my lifetime, maybe 4 times that I can remember. So, you know, I just want to go visit it. I just want to actually just want to go rent a cabin and escape from reality for a little while. You know, just act like nobody else in the world exists except for me and my husband. And hopefully, you know, I can convince him to turn his phone off, and I can turn my phone off, and, you know, we can just, you know, enjoy the peace. Enjoy the peace and quiet. That's really what my vacation is all about. My husband, every time we go to a resort, he likes to do excursions. And I mean, I don't have nothing against that. You know, some of them are really good, but I mean, my idea of a vacation is sitting around a pool with a book, and I don't want anybody talking to me. I just want to read my book and sip on something cool and just relax. That's what I like to do on my vacation. But of course, you know, it's a give and take. So a couple of days. We usually go on vacation for a week. This time we're going on vacation for 10 days because we haven't been on vacation in 2 years. Almost 2.5 years now. But so usually we go on vacation for a week, and 3 of those days we do excursions. You know, we either go, you know, we've been zip lining, we've been parasailing, we've been on yachts, like out in, we went scuba diving and or snorkeling. So those are the stuff, those are like the excursions that we do. But like I said, I would just rather sit around a pool and read a book and just enjoy the peace and quiet. But, you know, marriage is 50-50, so we do that a couple of days, and then we do excursions a couple of days. So let's put the bunny on the other side. Okay, let me get my handy dandy needle. So I'm going to put this a little bit higher, or maybe I should, yeah, I'm going to put it a little bit higher. That way we have a little bit of room for a smaller bow. Got to put a bow on here, guys. Got to put a bow on here. I don't know where we're going in Colorado, Juanita. He made reservations already. I have no idea where we're going. Okay, so the sign came from Walmart last year, Cindy. So yeah, that was last year, and the bunny came from Hobby Lobby from last year. So everything that, all of the attachments and signs and stuff that we're using, and these Easter eggs, they came from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. So everything that we're using was in my stash. I have a couple of totes over here full of stuff that I've collected over the past few years. So none of this stuff is currently in the stores that I know of. So, you know, like I said, all of this stuff came from either last year or maybe the year before that. Who knows? Blanca, when I cut it at 30 inches, I use exactly a roll and a half. So if you have 3 rolls of the 10-inch mesh, you can do 2 wreaths with 3 rolls of mesh. Are you using cable mounts? Yes. Yes, I have cable mounts on the back of the sign. The wire, I just actually fed it through the material of the bunny. But this right here does have cable mounts. I forgot to show you those guys. So I just glued cable mounts onto the back of the sign and then put the wire through it. Okay. All right. So we got our bunny. We got our sign on. We're going to make a little bow to put down here, and then we'll add our Easter eggs last. Okay. So these are the ribbons that we're going to use for our bow. They're all 1.5 inch. And basically, they are the colors that's in here. Okay, so if you look at all of these, the only color that we don't have is the orange. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can make out, but in between the colors where the cream is, there's some yellow stripes on there. So that's why we're using the yellow. But everything else is basically the colors that are on that. So we're going to go through all the colors, and then we're going to put this one on top, okay? So let me get my bow maker out. That is where the Stanley... Oh, my goodness. I didn't know that, Juanita. I might have to ask him. I mean, I didn't even ask him where he put in a reservation at. I didn't even ask, guys. I'm just like, let's just go. Let's just go. Huh. So where is that, Juanita, where is that close to? What is the nearest city that is close to? I would love to go there. Okay. Let's make some long tails, guys. Let's do 20-inch tails, and then we can curl them up. That way they can kind of dangle down off of the wreath. So we're going to do 20-inch tails and 5-inch loops. Okay? 20-inch tails and 5-inch loops. And then we'll just take our tails and we'll curl them up afterwards. Yeah, let me know. I mean, is it near Denver or what other? Okay, so knowing my husband the way that I know him, he probably made a reservation for somewhere around Golden. That way he could go and visit the Coors Brewery. That would be my guess. If I had to guess where he made the reservation, that would be my guess. Somewhere close to the Coors Brewery, because he's from Shiner. I know you all, everybody on here knows what Shiner, Texas is famous for. So he grew up in a beer town, which it is a beer town, you know. I think kids start drinking when they're like 5 years old in that town. When you go to a church picnic and, you know, the priest is, you know, just as, you know, liquored up as everyone else, you know you're in Shiner. You know, I'll just say it. I'll just say it. It's the north part of Colorado. Okay. I'm going to have to ask him where, I didn't even ask him, but I'm going to ask him where he put in the reservation at. Because I would love to go. I mean, we're going to be there for a week, so we might just rent a car if we're not close to it. I mean, because this is Texas, guys. We have to drive, you know, hours and hours just to go anywhere in this state. So we're used to getting in a car and driving. Doesn't bother us one bit. All right, let's get that pink on there. And then we'll do the multi-striped ribbon and we'll be done with our bow. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to ask him about that. Because if we're going to leave the cabin and go anywhere, that would probably be worth the trip to go and see. But we're going to try to, you know, beat the really bad deep snow. That's why we're going to go in November instead of waiting. Hopefully, you know, the weather will cooperate enough to where us people that don't know how to drive in the snow don't kill ourselves trying to get around. Because the one time that we had a really significant amount of snow was Christmas of 2004. Christmas Eve of 2004, it started snowing here in Texas, and we ended up with 14 inches of snow overnight. That is the most snow we've ever had, ever, down here. So we were coming home from my in-laws who live an hour away, and I was driving. It was night, and it started snowing, and I had no idea what it was. And it was Christmas Eve, so, you know, my husband and my sister-in-law who was with us, they were both drinking, and I was the designated driver because I don't drink. And I kept telling them, I was like, there's something going on, you know. And they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, there's like some white stuff that's floating around. And they're like, what? You haven't even been drinking. What are you talking about? And yeah, it was snowing. I was like, guys, there's like something going on. I can't see. And my husband, you know, like I said, they had been drinking. And he's like, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, dude, there is something going on. So we pull over, we get out of the car, and yeah, it's snowing. I was like, oh my God, it's snowing. It's Christmas Eve and it's snowing. All right, we're going to use this as a cover-up ribbon to cover up that zip tie. So we're just going to spread these colors and leave that multicolor in the middle, guys. So that was the one and only time I've ever driven in the snow. And I had absolutely no idea what was going on. So, yeah. All right, that looks good. So let's tighten that up. Okay, we'll put this over it. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Picked it up at Buc-ee's. Guys, Buc-ee's is like my favorite convenience store ever. If you're not from Texas, you just don't understand. All right. So let's fluff up these loops right quick, guys. We'll get this on. We'll curl up those tails. Make a bunch of little ringlets with them. And we'll add some eggs. And we'll call it a night. We'll call it a night. I'm on my 7 off, so I'm going to be on at least 2 or 3 times this coming week. So be on the lookout, guys. All right, let's cut this off. We're going to put this right down here, just like that, and we're going to curl up all of those little ringlets. Hey, Rhonda, how you doing? All right, let's get this one on. All right, it's just gonna sit right up underneath that bunny, guys. Right up underneath it. And then we'll curl up those little tails. No, not from Texas. Is this wreath 24 inches? It might be a little bit bigger, Mary. I'll measure it right quick. It might be a little bit bigger than 24. It might actually be 26. So let me check right quick. Let me get this tied on, and I'll measure it out right quick. Let's see. All right, that's the edge. Yeah, it's 24. It is 24. Look how pretty that is, guys. Okay, so we're going to curl these up in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and add some of these eggs. All right, I don't think I'm going to add the purple one. I don't think. I know I want to add the green and the yellow and the blue. We might just add 3. Let's just add the green. I think the pink and the purple are too light. They're not going to come out as well. So I think we'll just add a couple of these in here. And we'll add the blue one down here. All right. So I think we'll do that. All right, so I have some pipe cleaners over here. I'm just going to, so these are, they're jute string around some wire. They have like a wire metal frame, and then they just have like a jute string around them. So I'm just going to take a little pipe cleaner, guys. And I'm going to twist it around the frame. Right? And then I'm just going to find me a little hole in here, and I'm going to push this down and get it tied onto the frame. Okay? I'm not going to glue it on. I'd rather not glue it on. I'd rather tie it on. So that's what we're going to do. And we'll just add these 3, the green, the blue, and the yellow. Okay, I'm going to put one out here on the side of the sign. Yes, so colorful, so springy. If that's just, yeah. All right. Put that one right here. We'll get that blue one tied on. We'll curl up those tails for that beautiful bow. And we'll be done. I don't think I'm going to add those little bunnies that I showed you guys at the very beginning. I don't think we need it. I think this is good enough. All right, we'll put this one right in here. By the bottom part of the sign. All right, let's curl up these tails. We're just going to take them, guys, and we're just going to roll them up. All right, and then we'll kind of unroll them. And have them dangling down. They kind of look like the ringlets on a little girl's hair. If you know anybody who has a little girl and they have little ringlets, that's what these look like when you're done. I like to roll all of mine up first and then pull them out. Okay, let's get these last 2. Then I'll pick up the camera and I'll show you guys how this looks from the front. Super, super cute. Okay, so now after you roll them, just kind of pull on them and tug on them a little bit. I like to do them in different directions. I don't like to do them all in the same direction. So I'll pull some to the right, I'll pull some to the left, and go back and forth like that. Then you just have this mass of little curls dangling down underneath your bow. Kind of like if you use a curling iron. Look how pretty that looks. Okay, I'm going to pick up the camera and I'm going to show you guys how this looks from the front. Okay. I love this. It came out super cute. Oh my goodness. Look how cute that is, guys. So, guys, I was telling the people in my private group that my Easter stuff has been flying out of my Etsy shop. So, if you have an Etsy shop, make sure you are listing your Easter stuff because people are buying it right now. So, this is going to go up in my Etsy shop tomorrow. I'm going to take pictures of it tonight and it's going to go up in the shop tomorrow. But I love that bow. Love that bow. That came out really good. Yeah. Okay. So that is our project for tonight. Like I said, I'm on my 7 off, so I will be back on it at least 2 or 3 times next week. Maybe more. Who knows? I have a lot of Easter stuff, guys. And as soon as I get all the supplies for those 3 kits, I will get them listed. I will start doing lives making the kits. And as we are making the kit, someone at the end of the live will get picked randomly and they'll get a free kit. So spread the word. If you know anybody who wants a free kit, make sure they are watching when I start doing those lives, okay? All right, guys. Y'all have an amazing weekend. Stay safe. Be kind. Be happy. And let's spread a little bit of joy out into the world. Yeah? I like that idea. All right. Love you guys. I will see you guys on Monday. Okay? Bye, everybody.